Hey everyone, it is today, August 17th. So this is, okay, there's a couple of reasons for this video. Sorry about the birds making noise. Okay, so the first reason is I wanted to thank you for all your comments on the last one. It seems to be the general consensus is that I should call my doctor, which I'm gonna do on Monday. Today's Saturday. So I gotta wait till Monday and then I'll call her. Also, this is a clarification. I also wanted to clarify kind of about that video because I don't think I explained it very well at the time. And this is not in response to the video response. My friend, my soul sister, my friend made me a video response where she was like, the heck, like, you know you're sick, what's wrong with you? And that's totally true. But this is actually in response to something that, okay, this is in response, not to a comment that's posted on YouTube because it wasn't posted there, but that I got on Facebook, basically being like, well, it doesn't matter what the comment said. Anyway, I'm aware that there's something wrong. I keep thinking Corky's home and he's not. I keep thinking I hear like car doors and the stairs and stuff and he's not here. I don't think. Anyway, I'm aware that I'm sick. I know that. I know my labs don't look good. That isn't really what I was asking. What I was asking, more the reason why I was asking is because, like, in the past when I've had issues with my labs and whatnot, it's always been a problem with electrolytes. And I know that magnesium is technically, like, in that category, but it was not blamed for the way I feel. My doctor did not say, oh, you feel that way because you have low magnesium. She said, you feel that way because you're anemic, which, first of all, wasn't flagged on my labs, so I'm like, I don't know what that means. You know, she has these, like, optimum ranges where she wants my stuff, and I know that my ferritin's bad. Okay, that one's bad, I know that. But, I mean, other than that, like, I can read a CBC and be like, oh, that's in the range, okay, so I don't have leukemia, but I don't know what it means. So, because I don't know what it means, I don't know how it really affects me, because I've never dealt with it before. And I felt like I was overreacting, being like, oh, I should call my doctor. Like, I don't do that, first of all. Like, I never do that. I avoid calling my doctor if I can. But I also thought, like, oh, I'm just being a baby. Like, I just need to, like, get over it, basically. And just wait 2 weeks. Like, it'll be fine. But then, like, there's part of me that's like, no, it's not fine. And I'm like, is that part right? Is basically what I was asking you guys. Like, is that part of me that's saying, it's not right? Call your doctor. Call the other doctor. The Western medicine normal, my primary care physician, I guess she is. Like, that little voice that's like, call her, call her. What I was trying to ask you guys is that voice right? Or is the rest of me right? Because I think, you know, especially having had anorexia for so long, it's like, I kind of ignore when I don't feel well because, like, it feels like I'm being weak, or it feels like I'm giving myself an excuse to get out of doing stuff like working out. Or like, yeah, basically just like I'm being weak, and like that I should just, you know, suck it up, go to the gym anyway, go teach that Zumba class anyway. And so like that kind of sucks because like I feel really crappy, and actually having my labs come back that way was really validating for me, for my doctor to be like, for my naturopathic doctor to be like, yeah, these aren't good. And the way my friend put it in her video, she said, your labs are hideous, which caused me to laugh because I think the word hideous is funny, although I think she's right at the same time. Like, I understand that a ferritin of 13 is not good. I have a friend whose is lower, but it's not a competition, but my point is that, like, we both have bad ferritin. You know who you are. And I really think that that's probably a common thing in people with eating disorders. Like, I feel crappy or I feel sick or whatever. And whereas people without eating disorders or whatever might be like, okay, so I'm not going to go to the gym today because I feel nauseous or headachy or whatever. Despite the fact that there's actually been like articles published in magazines on when you should and should not work out based on if you feel like blah blah blah, below the neck or above the neck symptoms basically. But I digress. Most people would be like, okay, I'm gonna skip the gym today and I'll just go tomorrow or whatever, but I would be willing to bet that a lot of you guys out there with eating disorders that are watching this are going like this right now. Because I can't do that. If I have a headache, I pop some Advil and go to the gym. I mean, part of it is that I teach Zumba, so a lot of the time I don't really have a choice. And sometimes I wonder if that's part of the reason I teach Zumba, although I do really enjoy it, so I don't mean to say that, like, I teach Zumba because I have an eating disorder. I don't think that's right, although I will admit that I started Zumba because I have an eating disorder. I don't know if I ever told you how that came about, but it was the summertime and I was like, I need to do something to keep moving, keep me in shape. So I was like, oh, Zumba, I've heard about that, I'll try it. So I tried it and that's how it started, but that's not why I still do it. It is why I go to other classes outside of mine sometimes, but it's not why I teach it. At least not totally why. But, you know, opting out of a workout or whatever it may be for the eating disordered person isn't really an option sometimes. Like, when you're sick, I mean, when you're recovered, you know, that's what you learn to do on your way to recovery is how to be like, okay, I don't need to go to the gym absolutely every day for like 1,000,000 hours or whatever. I know someone who calculated the hours that she was working out, and it was basically another full-time job on top of her full-time job, the amount of hours that she was working out. And I was just like, that's awful. When I really thought about it, like rationally, I was like, oh my god, you know, and I don't quite do that, but I mean, when I saw my labs come back that way, it was like, okay, I'm allowed to feel crappy right now because those numbers say so. Furthermore, like, so a couple times in the last couple days, somebody has told me, you look terrible, or as my doctor said, you look anemic. But like this morning I went to teach Zumba, and this lady there that I know that she's not really aware of what's going on, but she knows I don't feel great. She goes, you look awful, she said to me this morning. And, you know, on the one hand, it's like, thanks. On the other hand, it's like, I was almost relieved. I didn't like it. I didn't like to hear that, because, I mean, who really likes to be told they look awful? Our eating disorders like it, but me as a person, I didn't like that, because I don't want to look awful. I want to be pretty, you know? But I was almost relieved when she said that I looked awful, because finally the way I looked matched the way I felt. And because there's almost, like, and I said this to someone, there's almost nothing worse than going to your doctor and being like, I feel sick, and they're like, oh, you're fine. Like, ugh. To me, there's almost nothing worse than that. Or to say, like, I feel sick, and they say, well, you don't look sick. Like, not sick with eating disorder, like, oh, I feel dizzy. Well, you look okay, you know, like, or whatever, you know, whatever it may be, not related to eating disorders. I can't come up with anything at the moment, but, like, I feel like I have the flu. Well, you look okay, you have color in your cheeks and stuff like that. Or whatever. And so it was almost a relief when she said that. It was like, okay, now I'm allowed to maybe take it a little easier and not push myself quite so hard. So, yeah, my friend made a good comment that perhaps my hemoglobin could have dropped, and that would be why I feel so weird, because I know that does have to do with whether you can feel like you can breathe and stuff, and I really don't. And so anyway, I'm going to call my doctor. That's the point that this video was trying to make. There's 3 points to the video. 1, to thank you guys. 2, to tell you I'm going to call my doctor. And 3, to kind of explain what I was trying to ask in a better way. And give you some other little insights along the way, I guess. So anyway, tonight we are going to a Timbers game because Portland Timbers are playing at home. We have tickets, and I'm excited because I haven't been to a Timbers game all season. So, I don't remember. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!